All right. We're going with Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris.
I'll probably go Chuck Norris. Heard some small stories about Bruce Lee, not like just only doing like other stuff, but Chuck Norris actually going in the tournaments and actually fighting. So Chuck Norris.
The feeling of seeing like a body just like drop cold in the mat, it's beautiful. It's just you applying the technique and seeing that it's just one touch. It's just 1 second and the body just drops cold and the person cannot move, you know.
Everybody says, you know, you get your top 5 athletes out there, you know, on a basketball team. You got Barkley, you got Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all that. Who's your top 5 fighters you walk into anywhere, ain't nobody fucking with, you guys knocking everybody out?
Shit, I got Francis Ngannou. I got Izzy. I got Demetrius Johnson. And I got Kamaru Usman. Oh, I got one more?
No, you included. You included. So. Nikes or Jordans?
I'll go with Jordans all day. I'm rocking some right now, bro.
What you got on? What you got on? Let's see real quick, man. You got the 13s on? What you got, man? Let's see. He walking into the gym. Retro 5.
Yeah,
OG, white cement. Take us into the locker room with you. So when you're walking out of there and your name's being announced, what's going through your mind? Are you? Yes, y'all. MMA Locker Room here, part of Pub Sports Radio, Seconds Out, man. We got another jam-packed MMA week coming up. I mean, just to recap, man, you just had UFC Orlando. That was just a banger. Over 14 fights on there. We killed it over here on the Pub Sports Radio live stream, you know, just with all the energy, all the attention. I mean, Kevin Holland versus Wonderboy Thompson. That was one of the better fights of the year, I would say. Not just that, you had some other good ones on there too. I mean, man, there was a lot of underdogs on there that was barking too, you know. A lot of winners out there. So we got one of them to join us for the winner circle. We're going to be bringing them in about a minute right now. You got a lot of stuff going on in MMA related, so stay tuned, you know. But if you guys want to get in touch with one of the winners that just came off UFC Orlando, I mean, in stunning fashion, I think it was round 2, 2 minutes, 46 seconds to go. Ground and pound, underdog, plus 170, plus 200. It's your boy.
What's going on, brother?
What up, Eryk?
Ain't shit. Just, you know, enjoying life right now.
Yes, sir, man. Hell of enjoying life. What you got going right now? Where you at?
Man, just ending the day with a little sauna sesh, you know, sweating out all the toxins and, you know, getting the weekend out of me.
Got it. So for the people that's just tuning in, man, what did you just have going on Saturday? Because me, I was just over here, you know, working, you know, watching some UFC fights and everything like that. But the way you look now, I mean, I don't know. Did you have like a photo shoot going on? Was you busy? Was you doing anything on Saturday?
Oh, man, you know, I was putting in work too, you know, just a little bit different.
So that was you, UFC Orlando versus Kyle Daukaus, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Man, I'm just saying because we don't see no damage on you or anything like that. We can't even tell you was in the
pretty. He gave me a couple blemishes like around the eye. I think maybe like the Velcro and stuff from the gloves and whatnot. But you know, other than that, you know what I'm saying? We still here, we still smiling, we still pretty.
Man, speaking of pretty, man, you hit it on the head, man. So I heard you after the fight. You said, you know, I'm pretty, but I couldn't fight that way. I had to make it ugly. What does that mean?
Like I think in my previous fights, you know, I try to be like too technical, not saying like use too much technique because like you have to use technique, but you know, I'm a dog. You know, I just got to go. You know, set the pace high. You know, take one to give a few. And that's just who I am as a fighter. So, you know, I think I got away from that and like try to just like make it pretty and like pick people apart and point them up. But, you know, that style just doesn't work for like my skill set, my body type and where I'm at. So, you know, I just got to be in a motherfucker face the whole time and try to melt them, you know?
Hell yeah, I definitely feel that, man. So when you go in there and fight with that mentality, like, is that a different mind state the minute that they say fight, or because a lot of times, people say when they go in there, sometimes they're timid, but like you said, you already knew from the jump. So was that the same mentality that you had training going in, or did you just hit that switch as soon as you hit the cage?
Yeah, no, we did it the whole training camp. Like, my corners were telling me to, it's okay to like not like hurt your training partners, but like touch them a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm usually much bigger than my training partners, and they're usually like younger, and have a lot less experience. So I tried to like get my work, but like not hurt nobody. You know what I mean? So I kind of threw that out the window this camp and went a little bit harder in like sparring and training sessions. And the mentality just kind of carried over into the fight.
So it sounds like you were sharpening your blades pretty much all through training camp, pretty much getting ready, right?
Yeah. I pretty much just live in the gym. And even when I wasn't like training with training partners or whatever, I go in there, do my own thing, my own work, like some extra stuff. You know what I mean? So I felt good, felt composed, and also, man, I realized that he couldn't hurt me with his striking. Man, he caught me a few times, and I was like, peanut butter and jelly, I'm eating it. So then it's like, okay, there's no risk, so I can really like push the action and push forward and, land my shots.
How do you think that him coming back off of 5 months, do you think that his chin was a little bit questionable? Do you think that he was ready to go to sleep, or like, how do you feel about that?
I don't got nothing to do with his decision. The doctors cleared him. He said he was good. I heard Bisbing talking about that. He told Bisbing that he was sparring with his brother, and his brother was, tagging him, and everything was all good. So, I guess that's the difference between big gloves and little gloves, and somebody who's like, your brother versus somebody like me who's trying to hurt you.
Love it. So after round one, like let me see right here. After round one, let me see. His phone. Did your phone go off or anything right now? The screen just went black. Yeah, he might be getting a phone call right now, folks. That happens sometimes when but yeah. Eryk, you there? But yeah, it seems like he might be getting a phone call right now. But yeah, I mean, that fight right there, folks, for the people out there, I mean, if you guys didn't have money on Eryk Anders, it's all good, because it was just one of those fights to where it was a good one from the beginning to the end, so it was one of those ones. So I wanted to ask him a little bit more after round one in his thought. So like after round one, like what was your coaches and your trainers telling you to do, or what was your mentality to go in there for round two?
Man, just keep doing what I was doing. I had already dropped him in that first round with the left, and so we already knew that he was like compromised and hurt. And I think I headbutted him in that first round too, accidental headbutt, but that definitely doesn't help him at all. So yeah, it was just like push, go get him. He's ready, or he will be shortly.
And then so after you get a win like that too, to recover at time like this, like what do you actually do to recover? Do you like medicate? Do you go on those chirotherapy things or anything like that?
Yeah, like I said, I'm sitting in a sauna too. That helps with recovery, get some of the swelling and stuff out. Cryotherapy, Normatec, things like that, just to, you need that stuff.
Yes, sir. All right. So speaking about this year coming up, you had a lot of upsets that took place, especially shaking up in your division as well. What do you think about all the upsets that's happening out there? How it's shaking up the divisions?
What upsets are you talking about?
Man, Izzy versus Putin. I mean, Usman versus Leon Edwards. I mean, Kayla Harrison versus Leo Pacheco. I mean, the list goes on. It's just been big upsets all across the world.
Nunez.
I think he might have paused again. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, these upsets that's happening right now is crazy, you know. So I mean, I definitely would want to get his take on some of the upsets that's happening in the UFC, you know, because who would have thought, you know, the way that they all just trickle down one after another, and you know, being a fighter and seeing it happen like that, you got to feel like it gives anybody else a liable chance to just come up and be that next underdog to get that title shot, you know. So I love to see what he thinks about, you know, all the upsets and everything. So we'll keep him back for a minute. I think he's just trying to get checked back in. But hey, man, UFC 282 is coming up around the corner. Who you guys betting on, man? I need to know because I got a few that I like, you know, and I'm on the fence of. I like Ilia Topuria at a minus 135, you know, against Bryce Mitchell. I think that fight right there is going to be one of the better fights out there. And I think whoever you bet, you know, you're probably going to, you know, feel confident in it because you feel like you're on the right side. But it's one of those things. Both fighters is undefeated too. So I'm going to just write it out with the guy who I got an NFT with. And that's Ilia Topuria. And then another good fight on there. A lot of people were going back and forth on Alex Hernandez versus Billy Q. Billy Q opened up at a minus 160 favorite on there. Alex Hernandez, the comeback on him, you know, I think it's roughly around like a plus 125. I mean, I look at it like this. Both those fighters have two paths to win. Alex Hernandez, if he uses the wrestling, he can win that way. And then, I mean, he does have that one-shot knockout power to where he can just win that way. So that gives him maybe two paths to victory. On the other side, you got Billy Q. I mean, the volume that he throws, the way that he puts out all those combos, he could definitely win a decision. That's one way. That's a strong way. But the second way would be to finish him, you know, because I think sometimes Alex Hernandez slows down in the later rounds, you know. So they both got two ways to win the fight. But if you ask me, Alex Hernandez, two ways to win the fight is more dominant than Billy Q's. But I'm going to be riding with Billy Q on that one, though, man. I just hope that line comes down a little bit, man. And then the Dricus Duplessis fight, that line right there just went. Shout out to all the people that got him at a minus 135, minus 145. He's fighting Darren Till. The man, I don't care who it is. I just think I'm better. You know, that's the guy right there. You know, this guy hasn't fought since I don't even know when. But the line now is steamed. He's all the way at a minus 185. If you guys ask me, I still think Dricus Duplessis is the play. I don't care, man. I'm not betting Darren Till at all. Check this out, man. Darren Till, remember when he used to run around with Kazmat, you know, helping him train, and in every video with him, you know, whenever you seen Kazmat, you seen Darren Till, right? Right? But I seen Darren Till, and I don't see Kazmat nowhere around. So I don't even think Kazmat's even trying to associate himself with him right now. So on that fight, I'm all on some Dricus Duplessis. And then one of the more, you know, entertaining fights out there, Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon. Who you guys really betting? You betting Paddy Pimblett at a minus 260? Or you gonna take a shot on the Gordon side? I'll tell you like this, man. I think both those fighters right there got a good message and something to say, but I'm gonna be going with the guy I got an NFT of. Just put it like that, man. We'll leave it at that, man. And then the main event, just one-sided, man. Just parlay Anchor Live. Put all your money down, man. Whatever you got, man. All right. Those are some of the plays to get you paid. Why? Because we just had a big underdog come on the show. You know, he came on for a few seconds out, you know, to join us for the winner's circle, having some issues with his Wi-Fi and internet connection, you know. So that's how it goes sometimes, though. So definitely just want to give a shout out to Eryk Anders for stopping through right now. I was going to get his opinions and picks on some of the winners for this week that we can give you guys. But since we couldn't, hopefully you guys got those. And if not, check out the live stream this Saturday. We're going to be cashing big tickets. And not just that, man. We got the livest chat out there. So appreciate everybody for checking this out. Eryk Anders and your boys. MMA Locker Room here. Pup Sports Radio. F the other runs. We the best out. Seconds out.